Hello, my name is Tom Shear. I'm from Blackford Analysis, and today I'm going to share with you Blackford's thoughts on the current hurdles to widespread adoption of AI. Over the past 5 years, millions of dollars have been invested in AI for radiology with little to show for it. In this presentation, I'll highlight many of the hurdles providers need to identify ahead of time to assure they can clear them prior to investing any resources in evaluating AI in their environment. Prior to reviewing the hurdles, we'd like to spend a few minutes to summarize why AI should be evaluated. Every AI tool is positioned to provide value to providers and/or radiologists that in essence states one or more of the following benefits. AI will make you better, faster, cheaper, and more profitable while simultaneously improving patient outcomes. Let's take a look at a handful of these. For better, meaning the increase in accuracy, there have been numerous papers written how AI can detect a certain pathology as accurately as a radiologist. Faster, or an increase in efficiency, helping the radiologist in today's never-ending volumes of exams, as well as the ever-increasing number of images per exam. From the revenue perspective, some AI algorithms are generating top-line revenue with special CPT codes or increasing modality throughput. From reduction in costs, papers have shown that by increasing accuracy, you can lead to reduction in cost in the ED and inpatient, and soon to reduction in readmissions. And finally, prioritization is also an incredible value. By notifying radiologists of an acute pathology prior to opening the exams, radiologists can identify those proverbial needles in the haystack in the work list. This is incredibly beneficial in those after-hour reads when almost all cases are marked static. From a market perspective, let's spend a few moments on Gartner's hype cycle. For me, this really summarizes AI's path and trajectory. If we look back about 5 years ago, the identification of the increase in performance with GPUs started a wildfire of innovation in machine and deep learning. Millions of dollars were raised, many startup companies were founded, OEMs were looking for ways to embrace this new market. Then in a relatively short period of time after that, you actually had radiologists that were fearful that AI was going to replace them. In essence, the peak of inflated expectations. After the market was introduced to many companies' minimally viable products, those concerns washed away as those that initially embraced AI entered the trough of disillusionment. Yet there are many AI algorithms that are mature and are providing value both from a financial and clinical perspective. When this occurs, they climb out of the trough and take residency on the slope of enlightenment. As the models top out, they enter the plateau of productivity. With the hype cycle outlined, let's connect why providers are cautious on approaching AI and what hurdles we've seen many accounts overcome. All parties involved are skeptical of the AI claims. They've been there, they've done that, and it didn't work. Just a couple of years ago, you were telling me you were going to replace me. They're skeptical of the AI claims on their own data. The studies have shown that algorithms are only as good as those on the data in which they were trained on. A slight variation in kernels, slice thickness, and the change in isotropic voxels between training data and production data can have a profound impact on the accuracy of these algorithms. Too many applications to decide from. Accounts only have a certain amount of resources to evaluate AI. How do they select one solution? And how do they know that that solution is mature? And will it work with all of the infrastructure and the investment that's already been in place? And most importantly, will it negatively impact my radiology department? From an administrative perspective, constrained operational funds to support new projects are incredibly scarce. Even if an AI vendor wants to give an account something for free for an evaluation, there are still internal costs that must be covered. Administrators also don't want to get docs excited and then simply say that, you know what, we don't have the funds to acquire this. As the AI algorithms deliver, and when you take them away, they can have a negative impact on morale. And additionally, from an administrative perspective, how do you fund something that has yet to be proven at any institution, let alone here? Filling out budget requests with a hypothesis-based ROI is not very comfortable for administrators. And there's IT resource constraints as well. They have a number of clinical applications that they need to support and keep up to date. There are incredible security concerns, and rightfully so. The number of integrations into the systems is becoming hard to manage. The implementation process can be lengthy. And additionally, the updates and the network bandwidths are also hard to justify and know going ahead if you're actually entering the market with an AI vendor that is going to absorb most of the free bandwidth that these folks have. And clinically, past AI solutions have not shown that they're valuable, and basically running off of the legacy LungCat products that were, in essence, pretty expensive noisemakers. They found that they became fatigued by the number of false positives. There's also a concern on that it slows them down and that they want to stay within their existing workflow. They don't want to launch and take a look at something outside of their PACS system. We've personally had many radiologists share with us that they don't miss, and they firmly believe that there is not a gain in accuracy that can be obtained with AI. And there's also, from a clinical perspective, some concerns about the results automatically being exported into PACS. So for us, identifying these hurdles up front and identifying what solutions you need to look for, these bullet points really highlight some of the key things providers need to understand. And that is, one, you should look for a solution that is fully interoperable with today's current infrastructure without requiring a single upgrade within your enterprise. Additionally, the ability to scale, to spin up and shut down AI algorithms very quickly is imperative, as that there are a number of AI algorithms that are out there. The solution that you're looking for would be incredibly beneficial if it runs in parallel within your existing workflow without a single mouse click from the end user, and provide access to outputs from production systems without sending outputs directly into your archive. The solution should also support retrospective analysis to determine if accuracy claims have merit. A fully automated discordance report would be incredibly powerful. Open system that allows you to direct access into the performance of the data real time, and the ability to deploy your own algorithms on the fly. All of this while being able to measure the impact that the solution is bringing to your environment. Blackbird's platform has assisted institutions by allowing them to rapidly evaluate AI algorithms in their environment on production data without impacting throughput. With the generation of reports and a user dashboard, full transparency can be gained not only on utilization and accuracy, but evidence of the value that can be captured within their environment without having to go to their existing OEM and pay for a significant upgrade. Accounts are able to fill out budget requests, leveraging this data, highlighting the proven value, whether if it's better, faster, cheaper, top-line revenue, reduction in cost, or an increase in patient quality. You're not purchasing based on hype, but on hard facts that were proven within your own environment, and assuring that you are entering AI and at the very least, the slope of enlightenment, if not plateau of productivity. Accounts that leverage Blackbird's platform can quickly identify AI algorithms that will bring value to their environment without burdening IT and clinical resources. Thank you for your time today. We hope that this brief presentation increases the evaluation and adoption of AI, and we look forward to hearing from you.